The next morning, my phone rang. It was my secretary, Miss Cassia. Several investors have pulled out. The backlash from the online video is serious. I headed straight to the office, but Gavin was already there, waiting outside the building. Cassia, don't go in, he said urgently. The reporters are everywhere. Just wait, let me handle this. I didn't even look at him. I shoved him aside. He stumbled and fell to the ground, stunned. All eyes turned to us. People gasped. He stared up at me in disbelief, his voice cracking. Cassia, are you really this cruel? Can't you at least show me a little compassion? Sabrina rushed over and helped Gavin to his feet. The commotion instantly drew a crowd of reporters and furious netizens. Cameras flashed, microphones shoved in my face. She's heartless. Cold-blooded witch. How could anyone treat their husband like this? Don't blame her, Gavin said to the cameras, voice trembling, eyes glassy with false humility. It's my fault for not being a better husband. Don't blame her. Watching him play the victim made my stomach turn. I almost laughed from disgust. If you don't want a divorce, I said, my voice low and even, then don't blame me for suing. The mask fell off in an instant. In front of the flashing lights, Gavin's expression twisted with rage. Fine, you want to play dirty, then don't blame me for kicking you out with nothing. He snapped. My child doesn't need a father like you. I shot back. Divorce it is. I'll see you in court. He thought I was still in the dark. He had no idea I knew everything. I didn't waste another word. I left handled company affairs and began preparing for the trial. The next day, the story exploded across the internet. Every platform, every comment section. I had become public enemy #1. They called me a cheater, said I'd forced abortions to fund my so-called lover, claimed I was mentally unstable since the accident, delusional and attention-seeking. Even my own parents turned their backs on me. You've gone too far, my father roared over the phone. From now on, I have no daughter. You filthy disgrace, my mother spat. I can't even bear to hear your name anymore. I said nothing. I let them say their piece. I didn't explain, didn't defend myself. I would wait. 3 days later, the courtroom was packed. Friends, family, curious strangers, even netizens who had traveled just to watch me fall. They all came to see a spectacle. Gavin leaned close and whispered with mock pity, "Are you really going through with this? For the sake of everything we had, I'll give you one last chance. Apologize. I'll pretend none of this ever happened." He smiled like a man convinced he'd already won. "You've already lost," he murmured. "The whole country saw what you did. Do you still even have the nerve to keep living?" Sabrina sat beside him, smirking, satisfied. Even my parents, seated a few rows back, looked at me like I was a criminal awaiting sentence. But I stood tall, expression unreadable. I waited for the judge to begin. Gavin had spared no expense, bringing in one of the top lawyers from Boston. They came prepared with a script, painting me as a selfish, reckless woman. If all he did was help babysit the neighbor's child at night, the lawyer said smoothly, that doesn't constitute infidelity. In fact, based on the evidence presented, the petitioner, he looked straight at me, is the one who bears primary responsibility for the breakdown of the marriage. If no new evidence is submitted, this court will grant the divorce in favor of the defendant and find the petitioner at fault. The courtroom erupted. Cheers, applause. Gavin and Sabrina embraced, visibly giddy with premature victory. People sneered and whispered behind me, "She deserves it. She's finally getting what's coming. Shameless woman." I raised my hand. "Your Honor," I said, my voice clear and steady. "I have new evidence to submit." The judge nodded. "Proceed." "I present surveillance footage from Sabrina's home," I said, "and a DNA paternity report proving Gavin is the biological father of her daughter." A deafening silence fell over the courtroom. The room went